Hello my friends and welcome to my channel X Stitch and Chill. It has been 3 weeks since my last crafty confession, so I have quite a bit to update you guys on. But first, if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate that you enjoy spending time with me and hearing about all my stitchy updates. If you're new here, my name's Kelsey and I am a cross stitcher. This channel is all about cross stitch and the movies, TV shows, books that I'm listening to or watching while I stitch. I tend to snack while I'm watching TV, so I need to keep my hands busy, and cross stitch is perfect for it. I am so close to 500 subscribers on this channel, and I am so excited that so many of you want to spend some time with me. With such a big milestone, I will be doing a giveaway, and I'll have more details on that after we hit that 500 milestone. Yay! I've also been streaming on Twitch. I'm typically there on Wednesday afternoons and Sunday afternoons. If you haven't caught my stream there, I have a link down below. But I also wanted to know if anyone here on YouTube would be interested in some kind of live stitch with me. I'm thinking about maybe doing like once a month or something. So leave me a comment below and let me know if that's something that you're interested in. I know not everybody is on Twitch and don't want to like sign up for another thing. I get it. So let me know if you guys would be interested in having some sort of live stitch with me event here on YouTube. So like I said, I have a lot to catch you guys up on, and I've got my pile of projects right here next to me, and some of them I am actually going to be starting over, but don't be too sad because I am pretty happy with the changes, so I'm not too heartbroken about it. It needs to happen. But before we get into the bad news, we're going to start with the good news. I finally finished a project. Huzzah! So I finished my switch removes, which is a pattern by the Needle and Floss. And I changed the colors from the called for colors. I have no idea what colors I use. I just randomly grabbed two that I liked out of my stash. And yeah. So those are done. Yay! I will probably not be FFOing these, so I won't turn them into a fully finished object. I'm thinking about getting some kind of like notebook or binder that I can slide projects into that I finished, that I don't necessarily want to hang on my wall, but like I spent all this time doing it, so I want to do something with it. So yeah, this one is just going to probably live in a little stitching journal. I finally finished something. I'm feeling really good about that situation. But now I'm going to start over on some things. The thing about starting over is that it's not terrible. And luckily I'm not like too far into either of these projects before starting over. It's just like the idea of starting over and still not liking what you're doing, I guess, is the problem. But I do know for sure that this first one, I am very excited that I started over. So I am working on the Biscuit Mill, which is a pattern by Modern Folk Embroidery. And this is my F1 stitch that I talked about in my last floss tube. So there is this hashtag Stitch F1, and there's 3 challenges every race weekend. It is to pick a focus piece and stitch the same amount of stitches as the race distance. Most of them are around 300 kilometers, and then stitch 200 stitches in your team colors, and then the last one is to stitch 10 stitches for every point your team makes. On the one hand, I feel bad because I switched teams because red is just not my color, and so I was doing red for Ferrari, and I was excited about Ferrari. I'm still excited about Ferrari, but red is just not a color that like calls to me. So I had started with the red, and this is a DMC like silk thread, and so the problem with this floss is twofold. It's red and it's silk, so it's like beautiful and shiny, and I do like how it looks, but it's hard to work with. And F1 seasons are long. There's like 24 races. If I have to pull this out every other weekend and hate my life because it is so annoying to work with, I will die. So, or I just won't do it and I won't continue on with the challenge. And it's a really fun challenge and I want to be a part of it. So I decided to just ditch this one. This was about 400 stitches that I had done with the silk. And I think my biggest gripe with the silk is that it doesn't really stay tight. So I'm having to use like extra fingers to like pin it down and then until I can pull it through again and like tighten it up. And then I have to like pin it down with my finger again. So I don't know. And then it's red. I don't like the red, especially for this pattern. So I changed, and my changing comes with a little bit of a story. I visited a local stitching shop for the first time in my area. There's nothing really that close. So I drove into Denver, and that was about a half-hour drive. It took a lot longer to get back because I spent too long there and then it became rush hour. So it was about like a 45-minute drive back. So if I do go back, I need to like go in the middle of the day. But anyway, it's called a stitching shop. The people working there were super nice. Lots of choices, lots of floss, lots of fabric, lots of beads, lots of everything. So tons of patterns. So it was a really like great experience. I wasn't going to buy fabric. I just was going to get some variegated thread because I wanted variegated thread for this project. I thought it would look really pretty because it's so simple and it's all one color. So I really wanted a nice variegated thread that I wasn't finding in like Michael's and stuff with DMC. So I ended up getting a Weeks dye. It's called Monkey Grass. And then I also ended up getting fabric, which is by Fiber on a Whim. And it is called Dunes. It's called Dunes. So are you ready for this? So this is the restart. So as you can see, I love this brownish like fabric. And I got a fat quarter cut. And so it's a lot, but it is 18 count. And then I started over with the green, with the variegation, which never really shows up nice on camera, but I really like this a lot more. I'm very happy with my choices. I'm excited. I really love the fabric color. And this is like really soft, Ada. And I really like the variegated greens, and I like that it's 18 count. It's gonna be a lot smaller. So yes, I'm much happier with my life choices when it comes to this one. I'm actually excited to get it out every weekend. Don't be afraid to start over because sometimes you might be happier. I did get some other things from my local stitching shop, and I'll show you those when we get kind of to the haul section. But for now, this is my biscuit mill by Modern Folk Embroidery. I have been talking about doing my own pattern for a little while now, and I did start it. And I started like the top half because I wanted to see how the pattern would look. So it was a lot of confetti, and I was trying to decide, like, is the confetti worth the look, or can I achieve a similar look without all of the confetti? Because it was taxing. And it's a big stitch. It's like 9 inches. So I started, there's like a frame around it, and then I started filling in the like fade in the middle. So this is what it looks like so far. And this is like the border here, and then this is starting the like color fade in here. And I don't hate it, but I don't love it, and I don't feel like it's worth it for how much work it is. So I am going to be frogging all of the inside of this like frame right here. So this whole little frame will stay. I like that. But I'll be frogging all of this and starting over. I reworked the pattern. So hopefully I'll like it. Still remains to be seen, but I have both options now. So I can start the next one and see how I like it. But my pattern's starting to take shape. So next time you see it, it will be different. but hopefully it will be for the better. Next is things that I have been working on, my whips. And the first one is my Schitt's Creek Landmarks by Stitchy Time Designs. So this is the end of page 3, and then it goes back down underneath Town Hall for page 4. So I am very close to a page 3 finish. I just have some more gray in here, some more gray in here. There's another window. I need to finish this window. So there's not too much left. My goal with this and the Deathly Hallows stitch is to finish a page every month. This one might be a little more difficult just because it is a lot of stitches because of the gray and the big spaces, but it's kind of mindless, so I don't really have to like think about what I'm doing or focus on it. I can just kind of like stitch. So I don't think it will be too hard to finish by the end of the month. Just need to I just need to do it because I keep like switching to other projects. But if I just sat down and got it done, I'm pretty sure I could get it done relatively quickly. So nothing too crazy happening with this one, just plugging through to get it done. And then next is my Deathly Hallows, which is charted by Thread Geeks, and the artwork is by DJ Vigo. I've been working on this one quite a bit since my last FlossTube. I say I'm almost done with page 2, but that's a lie. I have almost finished with all the colors on page 2. So this is all page 2 right here. And all this on the side is going to be black. And then this is the start of Death's cloak. So this will all be black. And then there's just a few more colors down in here that need to get done. And then these random ones down here are page 3. But once I finish the colors of page 2, I will actually, well, this isn't really page 2. It's technically page 5 down here. But I will be going up here afterwards because this last page under here is pretty much all black. It's like 4,000 something black stitches. So I don't really, I'm not ready to like dive straight into all black. So I think I'm going to, well, I don't think I am. I am going to go back into here because this is going to be more sky, more of this blues and everything. So I love how it's turning out. This one's so pretty. Unfortunately, this pattern is no longer available. It's been retired, so you can live vicariously through me if you want it. I will be doing the black stitches on the second page. I'm just not going to go down into the bottom page because there's still like, it's like 1900 stitches of black on that page. So I will do the black and then I will move up and do the sky again. So I'm not like, I don't want to save all the black till the end because then I feel like I'll never finish it. So I just want to save some of the black for the end. But I do want to finish the whole page black and everything and then move up to the next page. All right, the next one is the Farming Magic Stitch Along, which is by Flossie Fox Shop, and I'm working on part 3. Part 3 will eventually look like this. And then this is how far I have gotten. So I got my well just about done. My cat is just about done. And a bunch of, I think Dara at World on a String by Dara called it grass confetti. So I've gotten a lot of my grass confetti done. There'll be like a fence here. So I've kind of started the ivy that climbs up the fence. Or actually, the fence is up here and I haven't started it. There's like corn stalks here. So working onto that. And keeping with the theme of starting over, the very first stitch I put in was this one up here at the top of the well. And I put it in one too far over. So it was too close to part 2 and the pig. So yeah, I had to pull a bunch of the well out and start over. I'm keeping with the theme of starting things over. But hopefully by my next floss tube, I'll have part 3 done, because part 4 is going to be coming out at the beginning of April. So hopefully I can finish before the next part comes out. If not, I'm not too stressed about it, but part 4 does look a little bigger. So. And my last whip is my temperature stitch. I don't know if I brought this out last time, but I feel like I've gotten quite a bit, and it's like a spiral design, so I've made it all the way around. So I'm excited to see it kind of like taking shape. I've also had some weird days. So there is some like yellow in my chart right now, which feels weird. Here is my progress. I feel like I gotta hold this one a little further away since it's so big. But yeah, I've made it around. So the spiral is gonna start taking shape. And like over here, like this is why I wanted to do a temperature stitch, because these purples right here, can you see those? Yes. Okay, these like pinky purples right here, that represents a low below 0. So anytime you see this like pinky purple color, that's below 0. This green is like 55 to 60 degrees. Maybe this one's 51 to 55, and this one is 55 to 60. Something like that. But like you can see like how Colorado is crazy. It's kind of wild, but that's why I love doing this temperature stitch, because it's fun to see like how much the weather changes in Denver, and how we can go from below 0 to 60 degrees in 24 hours. It's really great. It's really great. So that is my temperature stitch. I'm all caught up until the 21st, I believe. So I'll continue working on that one. This one I probably only will pull out every other floss tube, unless I do a long break again. It took me 3 weeks to make this video because we went to Atlanta last weekend to see my brother-in-law dance. He dances for the Atlanta Ballet, and he's been a professional ballet dancer for like 10, 12, 13 years or something like that. And we've never seen him dance. So we decided to go out there with our daughter and go watch him dance. And that was super fun. But it just kind of threw a wrench in my FlossTube schedule. So thanks for being here. And now we're going to get into some haul. There's something that I bought that I'm really, really excited about, but I'm saving it for last because I'm mean like that. So first, I am going to show you guys what I got from my local stitching shop. I didn't get a ton of stuff, but I did get a lot of stuff. I got the Fiber on a Whim, the Dunes 18 count Aida from them. And then I also got this flax Aida, and it is a little stiff, I guess. It's 20 count, which I've never done 20 count, but I figured why not. The best part is that they serged the edges for me at the shop when they cut it. This one's a little wonky because it's not quite a fat quarter. It's like got a hole in it because it was discontinued. So it was kind of like, just give me whatever you have and I'll be fine with that. So this is, doesn't have a brand name on it. It just says Aida 20 count and it's flax. So it's a little stiffer, a little weird, but I'm excited to find something to stitch on this one. This is like my jam, like oatmeal colored. This is what I live for. You know, boring. I wouldn't say boring, but I'm just not like a huge, like, you're probably not going to see me stitching something on something that's like bright pink unless I have something very specific for it. But I like neutral tones. I also was talking about how I was looking for a variegated thread. I went to the stitching shop and it was a little overwhelming because they just have like, they don't have their floss like hanging. It's in like bins. So like you pull out the bin and you can see all the floss and stuff and they're all like numbered. And oh my gosh, there was so much. So I knew I wanted a green, and I knew I wanted a variegated. So I had kind of looked in Classic Works. I think, is it called Classic Works? I don't know. But I ended up going to the Weeks Dyes section and looking there because I know that they have quite a bit of variegated thread. And I had looked online and saw a bunch of greens. I almost ordered some online, but I wanted to see what it looked like in real life, because one website I looked at had a green that I liked, and then I went and looked at it on another website and it looked totally different. So I just wanted to like see it in person, so I knew what it was going to look like. So this is the green variegated that I got, but I just want to show you what it looks like without not in a stitch. But this is called Monkey Grass, again by Weeks Dyes, and it's so pretty. It's exactly what I wanted. But I had like 6 out, like laying on, they have like tables so you can like grab them and like sit them on the table and like pull them out. I was like, ooh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. I had like 6 out, but I finally decided on Monkey Grass, and I'm very happy with this choice. It's so pretty, and it looks really good on the Ada. I also got 2 new patterns because I can. So I had been eyeing the Pigeon Coop Designs, their flower farm, and I'd been eyeing it for a while, and I was like finally like, I should just buy it. I should just get it. You know, I'm just gonna buy it. So I went there and I got the flower farm, which looks like this, and it is so pretty. I'm so excited to stitch it. It's actually a square design, but they just finished it in a circle hoop. And then like on the chart, it shows where the circle is approximately. So I'm not sure if I'll finish it as a circle or if I'll do it as a square, or if I'll just do it as a square and then decide later what I'm going to do with it. That's probably more likely, but I absolutely love this flower farm. So I'm really excited to stitch that one up. I also was on there and I said, oh, well, why don't I just look for another one? So I ended up also getting the 3 pines, which looks like this. It's one pattern, but it has 2 variations. One has like snowflakes and one has pine cones. I think I'll stitch both just because I think they look nice as a set, or you could like put one up in the summer and then take it down and put the other one up in the winter. But I thought it would look nice in my parents' house up in the mountains. I just like his designs and I haven't done any yet, so I was really excited to get a few. Okay, finally, the haul I am the most excited about. So a couple weeks ago, I was talking to my mom and I was like, Mom, I need something to organize my bobbins in because they're just kind of like thrown in my project bag. So here, I'll give you an idea. This is my project bag. I just get these little plastic ones, little plastic meshy ones from Amazon. And this is all of my bobbins in here. Like, they're just kind of like thrown in. Oh, this isn't Schitt's Creek. This is Farming Magic. And they're just kind of like tossed in here. Like, they get all like tangled and nasty. So like, yeah, this is how I've been storing my floss for my projects. So I put them all in a bag and they're just like tossed in here. And then like my scissors are in there and I have like some clips if I need them. But that's kind of how I've been storing stuff now, recently. And I was like, Mom, I just want something that I can like slide the bobbins in and then so I can see all of them, and then like it folds in and I can just toss it in the project bag, or it doesn't even have to be in a project bag anymore. And I was like, I can't find anybody who makes them, so we're gonna have to make one. I was like, I might go use your sewing machine. So there's a couple problems with that, is that I don't know how to sew, and I don't know how to work a sewing machine. I don't know how to thread a sewing machine. I don't know what I'm doing. My mom was in Florida at the time and she was like, well, make sure you do this and make sure you do that. And I was like, I'll just wait till you get home and then we can do it together. So I was ready to like make this bag, and we were talking about how we were going to do it. And we were like, I don't know, what about this? And I was like, God, I wish I could just find somebody who made these. And then I don't remember, I think it was on Instagram, somebody recommended Bags Plus USA on Etsy. And oh my God, my life has changed. So I went on to her Etsy site, which it took a little while because she was relocating from the UK, I think, to the United States, and reopening her Etsy shop and putting everything back in there. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna show you guys how amazing this is. So this is my bag, and I believe this is the Lila design, and it's got these cute little flowers on it. I love it. It's super cute. And then it unties, and are you ready for this? Oh, so there's little vinyl pockets in here, and every vinyl pocket, I just slide my floss in there, and they're all right there. And my little like extras that I tag onto the top aren't like falling out everywhere. And oh my God, it's beautiful. And then there's like a little pocket, zipper pocket down on the bottom that has my scissors and some other, not all of my floss fits in here. So there's a few more in there. But this is the 28 slot. I think it's Lila is the name of it. And it is absolutely life-changing. I ordered one because I was like, well, I'll order one and I'll see how I like it, and then maybe I'll order more. So I ordered this one and I got it, and I immediately went online and I bought another one just like this, but in a different pattern. And then I also got one that holds 36, and it's just like flip. So it's just basically like this, and it flips, it doesn't fold. And she's got ones that just hold like 12 colors. She's got ones that hold 70 or 96 or something like that. Like she's got all different sizes, and oh my God, they're amazing. She's got tons of different fabrics, but you can also send her fabric and she will make you one. My friend Caitlin, she watches my Twitch a lot, and she was like, oh my God, I just ordered one. I sent her this fabric, and then like the lady got the fabric, sewed it right away, and sent it to her. So she got it super fast. She got it in like the same amount of time as I did, and I just ordered what she had. But if you want to send her a specific fabric, she will make one for you. Life-changing. If you use bobbins, like, oh my God, this is all I wanted my whole life. Not really, but this is awesome. So I will link below to her Etsy shop, and you guys should definitely check it out, because this is like, and I didn't have to make it. I didn't have to learn how to sew. I dodged learning how to sew once again. All right, this is a long one, sorry. Okay, this is what I get for waiting 3 weeks, is that I have a lot going on, and we have to talk about a lot of stuff. So that is all of my whips and my haul and the things I started over on, and future plans. Like I said, I'm planning on finishing the page 3 of Schitt's Creek, and I'm planning on finishing the second page of Deathly Hallows. That might be a pie in the sky goal dream, but I'm gonna try. And then I want to finish Flossy Fox Shop's part 3 of Farming Magic, and put that one, get that one done before part 4 comes out, because I don't want to fall behind, because I'm really bad. If I get too far behind, I'll just be like, So have that going, and then just kind of working on my whips. Hopefully I can finish something so that I can start a new project, but I don't really feel like I can take on a new one at this point. I think, there's some people who have like 23 million whips going on, like Stitchy Rin, and she's insane. And I don't think I can do that, because I want to eventually finish something, and if I have too many things to work on, it will take too long to finish and then I'll get impatient. So the stitchy stuff was long, but if you are still here, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more stitchy updates, please consider subscribing. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Absolutely love getting to talk to you guys. I read every comment and respond. Now we're going to get into the chill stuff, which is much shorter because I've been traveling. I haven't been watching a ton of TV. I've been otherwise lazy. So I finished Ghosts on HBO with the BBC version. It was super good. I'm a little sad because now there's no more. They didn't make any more. So maybe I can eventually get a hold of the American version. I don't know. But it was super funny, super cute. I really liked that one. I reluctantly watched The Last of Us. I somehow got back into that. And, you know, it's just as terrifying as it was when I first watched the first episode. I don't know how anybody played this video game. All I hear about is how it was scary. I'm like, this show is scary enough. So I did finish The Last of Us with my husband. I have some opinions on the last episode. Mostly, I just felt like it was a little anticlimactic and a little boring, I guess, for such a serious show. So yeah, that was weird. But we did finish season 1. Jury's still out if I'll watch season 2. I'm sure I'll end up watching an episode or two just because, you know, I share a house with people. Sometimes I want to sit on the couch, and sometimes that means I watch what everybody else is watching. We also started watching His Dark Materials season 3, which I didn't even know aired yet. So it aired back in December of 2022. So we're a little behind on that one, but love that show. Such a good show. I'm reading The Golden Compass to my daughter right now. We've been taking a little break from it lately, but watching season 3 of His Dark Materials. If you like that series, that book series, you'll probably really like the show because it is very close to the source material and very well done. I mean, it's HBO, so it's awesome. Go check that one out for sure. The other night we started the 2nd season of Shadow and Bone. I read those books, but now we're like outside the realm of the book that I read, I guess. I don't know. I read the Grisha series, but I did not read Six of Crows, and it's kind of like a mesh of the 2 novels by the same author. But really good, really exciting. There's lots of action and magic and fun things going on. I was not 100% paying attention though, so I might have to, because I was working on Deathly Hallows, which requires a little more brain power. So I might have to go back and rewatch it, but I'm excited to keep watching that one. We've only watched the first episode, so no spoilers. In my last FlossTube, I talked about watching History of the World Part 2, which is a Mel Brooks. He made History of the World Part 1 like forever ago. And so now they're making History of the World Part 2. And I watched it. I finished it. And I have some feelings about it. Mostly that it wasn't as funny as the old one, which is weird because normally you're like, oh, the new ones are funnier, right? But this one wasn't as funny. And I don't know what it was, but I mean, the cast was really awesome and it had potential to be funny, but it was so long. Like History of the World Part 1 is just a movie. So it's like an hour and a half or something like that. And it's a bunch of skits, obviously, and sketches, I guess. And I just felt like this one was a little boring, and there were like 8 episodes, and so I'm like watching it and they're like, oh, play next episode, and it starts rolling in the next episode. I'm like, okay, cool. And then it was like, oh, we're playing the next episode. I'm like, dear God, how many episodes are there? And my husband comes downstairs because he was playing his video game. He's like, you're still watching this? And I was like, yeah, I don't know how many episodes there are, they just keep playing. So I ended up watching 8 hours of that. I think they're hour-long episodes. I don't know, but I watched the whole thing, and I mean, it was funny in parts, but it wasn't as good as the original. Probably because it was made for TV, and I don't think the other one was made for TV. There was a lot more dirty jokes, but and now you know more about me. I like the dirty jokes, but it just wasn't quite as funny as the original. So if you have not seen History of the World Part 1, watch that first. Don't watch History of the World Part 2. I don't know, maybe you'll like it better, but yeah, that is everything that I have for you guys. If you are still watching, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, and commenting. And I will be back in 2 weeks for another update. And thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.